Bitcoin is officially in the buy zone. Now, does it mean the definitive bottom is in? Of course not. Could always go lower, but we are in the entry window right now. The time when historically you've looked back and go, damn, the people who bought during that period were effing legends. Well, we've got that to discuss with you today. We've got the latest on Ethereum. We've got the latest on SpaceX. Some very interesting new charts and data points to share with you. We've got updates on Marvel, ServiceNow, Hood, Galaxy Digital, and more. Let's go ahead and get into it. So first and foremost, check us out. Titan Crypto posted this one, Bitcoin historical accumulation zone. Very, very interesting. This is market sentiment. These are the best accumulation opportunities for crypto. Crypto is once again dead. Everybody hates it. Nobody wants to buy it. Usually the best times to buy. Now, that does not mean that 60,000 or 58,000 or whatever was the bottom of all time. Of course not. We can still go down to lower 50s, mid 40s, whatever. All bets are off. We've had very little bid coming in for Bitcoin recently, but Bitcoin ETF outflows are slowing, which is nice to see. We only had $91 million out yesterday, so that's good. I know we had $300 million out on Friday, but the whole market was panicking because the NASDAQ went down like 3% or something like that, 4% or whatever. So 91 million out, not actually too bad because, well, BlackRock sold that. We saw Bitcoin ETF buying behavior from 3 of the other players. That's Fidelity, Bitwise, and ARK. So that's pretty cool. Now we need BlackRock to get back in the buying seat, and suddenly we might actually see some flows come in this week as Wall Street looks at Bitcoin and says, looks like there's some discounts in town, because there are. Another one here from Titan Crypto, Bitcoin cycle bottom, forget the noise. The 2-week LMACD has confirmed every major Bitcoin market bottom. Until the bullish crossover happens, the bottom remains unconfirmed. Now, what's interesting is you can see, you look back and it didn't time the bottom, but it confirmed the reversal. So you can see here, this is 2015. We got the signal here, but the actual bottom was just over here. 2018, late 2018, the actual bottom was here in December. But we got the confirmation of the market reversal in, let's say, probably February of 2019. Similar situation here in 2023. Well, late 22. No, or late 23. Late 22? Late 22. Yeah, late 22. Okay, post FTX bottom. FTX bottomed in November, and then in about sort of January-ish, this crossed over once again. So we're not there yet. That's the most important thing. We're not there yet. When you see this crossover, every single time it has ever happened in the history of Bitcoin has been the major turning point in the tide and the switching from bear market to bull market. Now, it comes at the bottom, and of course, every bull market starts from the bear market bottom. Got a lot of work to do, but that's the charts for you. Bitcoin pulling back to 62,500 currently, still trading dramatically under the 20 and 50-day EMAs. Still oversold on the daily. We are still trading at an RSI of 25.8, well below the 30 required to even be in like normal RSI zone, let alone even talking about anything positive. MACD starting to slowly flatten out a little bit here. Perhaps we're heading for a bullish MACD crossover in the next week or something like that, if that play continues to play out in that direction. We shall see, though. The key is to maintain the price above $59,000 and any kind of pullbacks. We've had a very, very weak, one might even say a slightly pathetic relief rally so far. We need the coin to do something more, man. We do. It's not good. Do better, Bitcoin. Come on, buddy. No trades open currently. Been doing too much other stuff today. Haven't had my brain in the game here, but I got to get my brain back in the game. Got to do some more trades here for you guys soon. We'll be updating you on those shortly. Anyway, let's give away $1,000 thanks to the good guys over at BitUnix. Of course, if you want to be in to win $1,000 tomorrow, you got to sign up today. Link down below where you can sign up to anyone, anywhere. You can trade crypto, you can trade stocks, you can trade metals, all on native USDT rails. So you deposit USDT, you can trade any market. All the big stocks, long, short, they got you covered. They got the liquidity they need. They got what you want to trade. Check it out. Link down below. And then you'll be able to win these $1,000 giveaways. Sign up using the link, make a deposit, make a trade. You're in to win. Plus, if you sign up for BitUnix, you'll also get exclusive $80 a month rebates if you're signed up over at the Inner Circle, which is our private research community, our private Discord group of investors and traders where we're sharing hot research reports on stuff like Micron Tech Reports, 350% rally, where we're sharing long and short positions. Our in-house trading team called the Bitcoin crash, called the Zcash short. Members made money. We'd love to see you in there. You get a 7-day free trial, and you get an $80 a month rebate from the guys over at BitUnix. Go check it out. Link down below for both of those things. So let's give away some money here. The draw time has not started. What? That's not right. Okay, I guess we're not giving away any money today. Let me just refresh this page here. Maybe that'll do it. There we go. There we go, Lark. Okay. Just refresh the page, Lark. Anyways, give away $1,000. Do. Here we go. Who's winning today's $1,000 prize? Jay at gmail.com. Congratulations. $1,000, dude. Congratulations. It's easy to win. All you have to do, link down below, start your account, make a deposit, make a trade, you're in to win. It's not rocket science, guys. Okay, BitMine. Largest purchase so far of Ethereum in 2026, about 126,971 Ethereum, or $214 million. Tom Lee's still buying. They got 4.59% of the circulating supply of ETH. 5.54 million coins worth $9.3 billion currently. They're down to a $9 billion loss, but holy crap, they just keep buying. Good job, Tom. Pump those bags, son. Ain't doing much to the charts, but pump those bags. ETH still oversold on the daily. Charts looking very similar to Bitcoin. The majors just really tracking along. Something called Humanity Protocol basically went to zero today. Apparently, it's got hacked, and I say that in parentheses because you never really know what's going on. Allegedly hacked. Anyway, got hacked. $30 million in coins nuked into the market. Price went down 90% in minutes. Something called Sahara a few hours later also got hacked. I didn't even bring the tweet up because who the fuck cares what's Sahara? I have no idea. Nobody cares what this is. But whatever Sahara is got hacked, and it went down as well. So dangerous times out here in crypto land. Things just keep getting hacked, but it's all bear market stuff. A lot of these, and look, I'm not making any accusations against anybody. Just going to say that teams tend to know where exploits are, and it's possible for them to make advantage of these things. Anyway, hey, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet. I see you're not subscribed. Why not? Subscribe. It's free. It's awesome. You'll get these videos to your feed in the future. Thank you very much. So let's talk about IPOs. Elliott Capital posted this. Netscape IPO will be the top here at 96. I feel like we're in like 97, 98 right now. Hey, besides the point. Yahoo IPO will be the top. Amazon IPO will be the top. eBay IPO will be the top. Globecom IPO will be the top. None of them were the top. None of them were even close. In fact, from the Globecom IPO, where the NASDAQ was, this is the NASDAQ. Anyway, whatever. The US Tech 100 was at 2,500. It then surged to 4,750 for the final top. It almost doubled from that point. So far, we're up about 180%, 190% from the bear market bottom of 22. The dot-com boom went up almost 600%. And of course, it climbed the wall of worry. Every time one of these IPOs came out, people were, it's it, it's all over. The big tech IPOs are here. Now, look, to be fair, the new generation of tech IPOs are insane, man. SpaceX coming out at a $1.7 trillion valuation. OpenAI just filed for their IPO today. Anthropic has filed for the IPO. Those are going to both be trillion-dollar-plus IPOs. I mean, the amount of money extraction and insiders cashing out and using you as exit liquidity. I'm not buying these IPOs, but holy shit. It doesn't mean the top is in, the giga top is in for market. Short term, sure, it's going to suck liquidity out of the market, but long term, I don't think it's like going over a speed bump. Yahoo Finance posted this. As someone who lived and traded through the dot-com era, I can safely tell you SpaceX, Anthropic, and OpenAI have no correlation to what we're seeing today. The garbage companies that were taken public during that period, of time. So Pets.com, stuff like this that came out in the 90s. It is just absolute garbage. There's no earnings. The valuations were insane. It was just hype. Whereas today, the companies, some of them might be a bit overvalued. SpaceX feels a bit overvalued, right? OpenAI, Anthropic, yeah, they're a bit overvalued, but the hype is there, and perhaps a bit too much hype for some of these. But regardless, the valuations of the AI companies have largely kept up, and they're actual revolutionary technology, unlike Pets.com. It's about pet, but on the line. Yeah. Vlad Bastian posted this: SpaceX going public Friday at 94x revenue. Now, I think it's come a bit down. It's more like 39x or something like that right now. This with the recent Google announcement. They're doing the big data center thing with them. But anyway, said across 45 years of data, IPOs that debut above 40x sales underperform the market by 58% over the next 3 years, and 76% style adjusted. The golden rule of IPO investing: the lower the price to sales at entry, the better the long run return. Now, again, we just had the big Google news, which means that SpaceX has dropped to a 39x price to sales. So that's a lot more palatable and fits just under his cutoff point here. But still, I think SpaceX still feels a bit crazy at a $2 trillion valuation. Let's just keep that real. But then Elon's Elon, and it's a hard man to bet against. That being said, the average drawdown for an IPO in year one's like 50%. Then Elon's got to release some sweet stuff like this. Check out the sweet stuff. They got some sweet new satellites they're launching here. So AI-1 satellite, the first generation of the AI satellite. Data centers in space. Let's go. Nice. Good job, Elon. NASDAQ today opening up, according to pre-markets, just above the 20-day EMA. Yesterday, basically, the price did not move after that nasty sell-off on Friday. Honestly, I think it would be healthy for the market to just chill out for a little while. Like, we don't need to just go straight up in a line. Like, it's actually makes me concerned, and I don't like it. I like when there's good pullbacks. Marvel Tech, it's getting added to the S&P 500. I'm still waiting for a more decent pullback. I got about like $1,000 worth of this, just so it's in my portfolio and I don't forget to keep an eye on it. But I'd like to see this thing pull back much more significantly. Let this hype sort of fade off, the Genshin Huangshil fade off a little bit, and see if it can pull back, and then we can get a position in that more substantially so. ServiceNow pulled back to the 20-day EMA. Pre-market's showing it opening around 112. Let's see if we can get some more time to accumulate here. Under the 200-day EMA, seems like that's exactly what the market's going to be giving us. Robinhood, this one I'm putting back on my radar and yours because the downtrend continues on this, but man, long-term, Robinhood, how is this not a winner? I feel like it's got to be. Anyway, I might add some more to this position. I've already got a decent bag of Robinhood that I bought during the 2024, it was 2025 was a year ago? Jeez, I don't know. The 2025 tariff drama. Gosh, I feel like Trump's been in office for ages, but just the U.S. election cycle and all, oh man, it's just, anyway, whatever. I bought some during the tariff drama, and that's all up nicely in profit, but I might add some more to my position. Galaxy Digital, this guy M0XT posted, they said Galaxy up 20% today, not because of this new partnership with Morgan Stanley, but because Novogratz confirmed the next tenant, another 830 megawatt contract, will be locked by the end of summer. He also said this is going to be the biggest data center in the USA. More than $2 billion contracted revenue by the end of summer. 10% of that is coming online this quarter. The catalyst, and there's the quoted text here, the catalyst that our lead analyst is watching is Helios, Galaxy's AI data center build-out. Helios revenue should start showing up on the Q2 income statement. CEO Mike Novogratz said in a recent interview that the next Helios tenant announcement is likely by July 4th, no later than the end of the summer. Galaxy charts look like this currently. We had a breakout. We had a retest the breakout. And we're slowly starting to grind up here. We've maintained above the 200-day. We actually had a retest on, was that yesterday? Yesterday we had a retest. It was Friday. Friday we came back down to the 200-day EMA, bounced off it. Big swing back up. I think this thing reprices much higher at some point while I'm holding my bag. That's it. You're awesome. Thanks for joining. I'll see you next time. Bye.